we're good to go.
All right, great. Thanks, Lindsay. All right, this is the Ethics Board meeting for Wednesday, October 28th, 2020. The agenda's been posted, and we are handling this meeting via Zoom for precautionary purposes. So I think we've got roll call. Looks like we've got a quorum. So let's move on to item C on the agenda. That would be approval of the agenda. Everybody has a copy of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we're motion and a second. All in favor of approving the agenda as stated, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. Moving on. We have approval of the agenda. Next item on these, approval of the minutes from the October 7th, 2020 Ethics Board meeting. That was in your packet. Any additions or corrections? Otherwise, is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
All right. We have a motion and a second to approve the 7th meeting of the Ethics Board. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is regular business, which would be deliberations on the motions that were heard at the October 7th board meeting. So just as a repeat here of what happened, we had a motion here, we had hearings, hearing on October 7th. Their motions, there were a couple of motions to suppress filed by Mr. Knight. There was a motion to dismiss that was filed by Mr. Vanderleest. Those motions were heard. We spent about a little more than 2 hours listening to those motions. We then adjourned for deliberations, but for the record, no deliberations took place. We decided the length of time that was involved, that we would not take on any deliberations at that time, and then reschedule this, push this out for deliberations at tonight's meeting. So that's what's on the agenda for tonight. We have on the agenda is deliberations with possibly adjourning into closed session. The agenda item is deliberations of possible action on motions filed in the matter of the ethics complaint against Alder John Vanderleest, filed by Mr. Tarl Knight under the City of Green Bay Code of Conduct for elected officials. Is there a motion to adjourn into closed session? So just for procedurally here, we have it on the agenda to go into closed session, but we are required to vote on that because it requires a vote to go into closed session. Just because it's a closed session on the agenda does not mean that we actually have to go into closed session. But on the agenda, it is may convene in closed session pursuant to section 19.85 sub 1 sub a of the Wisconsin statutes for purposes of deliberating concerning a case which was the subject of a judicial or quasi-judicial trial or hearing before that governing body. The board will thereafter reconvene in open session pursuant to section 8 or 19.85 sub 2 of the Wisconsin statutes to take action on items discussed in closed session if appropriate and to consider the remainder of the agenda. So is there a motion to go into closed session, or does anybody want to discuss going into closed session first?
I move we go into closed session.
There is a motion. Is there a second to go into closed session?
Second.
We have a motion and a second, and we need a roll call vote for this to approve the going into closed session. So I guess I'll take the roll call. Aaron, do you approve going into closed session?
Yes.
Cheryl? Bill?
Yes.
Would approve as well.
I'm
So
sorry,
we
was
have,
Cheryl a yes?
I think we've got everybody here that's involved on a closed session. So we have a motion to go into closed session.
Chair Vandecastle, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
We have roll to adjourn into closed session.
Mr. Chairman, before we do,
Lindsay, do we all have the ability to share documents when we go into closed session?
I can make sure that you have that ability. Can you guys hear me?
Now I can.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I didn't hear Cheryl's vote on the roll call vote. Was she a yes?
Yeah, she was muted.
Okay, thank you. All right, just give me 1 second to catch up with you guys here. And then did all of you have a chance to look over the item that I sent with respect to how to get back into this room after we go into the breakout rooms? Anybody have any
no, I
questions? Okay.
I would, but I can't promise that I'm going to be able to do it.
We'll have to see for once.
The important thing is don't hit leave meeting, just hit leave breakout room. Okay.
Those people who are out of closed session, do they want to leave a number or something rather than just wait? It could be a pretty long time.
I'll just wait until you guys are out in case there's anything important go.
Okay.
Alder Dorf, were you hoping to go into the closed session?
Yes, I'm allowed to do that because I'm an alder and I've been in ethics closed sessions before.
No problem. I just wanted to make sure
Okay.
I added you.
Okay, yep, thank you.
Missing someone. Oh, here we go. So you all should have gotten an invitation. You just have to accept the invitation to join the breakout room. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't include you, Jim. Hang on 1 second.
What's happened is we've had considerable discussion here, and is there a motion to Attorney County to proceed in the manner discussed in closed session?
Motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second? We have a second. So there's a motion and a second to have Attorney County proceed as we've discussed. And Attorney County, you want to just give us a little rundown of procedurally where we're going to go from here?
Well, I think what's necessary is obviously you're going to want to look at what I put together to make sure it's consistent with your direction. We'll probably do that in closed session. We should schedule a meeting to do that. I would appreciate at least a week, probably a couple weeks to put together the opinion. And then we would go into open session and disclose it and do whatever scheduling is necessary after that.
Okay. So let's pull up our calendars here and look for some dates.
What am I doing?
So 2 weeks out would put us around the 11th.
Yeah.
The 11th works for me.
Works for me as well.
Yeah, works.
Yeah, it works for
All
me.
right. All right. So we'll say the 11th at 5 o'clock again, 5 p.m.
Sounds good.
Yep.
I have a possible conflict.
All right.
Sorry
All
about
right.
that. And it's only possible. I might not even have to go. It's a board meeting of a town.
Well, I'm free on the 12th, on that Thursday.
That's good for me.
That's good for me.
I'm good
What
also.
about- Okay, so there's no council committee meetings or anything going on that night?
Council
yet.
is Tuesday of that week.
All right, 12 worked for me as well.
Okay. 5 o'clock, are we saying?
12 at 5.
Okay.
Okay. All right, looking at our agenda, I don't think there's anything else we have on the agenda for tonight.
Do we need to finish I think we need to take a vote on that because I did a motion and Cheryl did a second.
Yes, okay. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Saying
Aye.
aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, Aaron. All right, next on the agenda is, we've already scheduled further proceedings, so next is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
We have a motion. I will
Second.
second. We have a
You can
motion
second.
and a second. All right, I'll give it to you, Cheryl.
All right.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of adjournment, signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
your time and patience. And we'll be speaking again in a couple weeks. Thanks.